Hello, Becca. Left you by yourself.
I was like, what? Hi, Linda.
Hi, Becca. How are you? Hi, everybody.
I'm good.
For joining us today. Couldn't have been a better day for, isn't this recognizing support women today or something? And we have
Something
Becca.
like that.
Yeah. And we couldn't have a better supporter if you ask me. So anyway, thank you very much for getting up out of your 1 o'clock sleep, because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning for you. I realize that,
Yes.
because not only do you support all day long, but you certainly work too, a regular job. So anyway, we're just gonna chat and find out about how long you've been, where you come up with some of these ideas, how long you've been supporting Brendan, and what keeps you going. Okay,
Yeah,
so wherever you
absolutely.
want to start.
Um, I I've been supporting Brendan since 2000, basically December 18th,
Wait a
2015.
minute, am I in the
Oh,
wrong stream? Wait a minute. Rise and shine, women's day. Hello. They're saying hello, but I don't know. I don't see it on the thing, so I don't
I
know.
see the comments.
Okay, I
I
hope
think
this
you're in the
is
right scene,
all
right
right. I
screen.
might just be stuck. I always go to look on. Yeah, I'm just stuck. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, you're
Hey,
fine because I see
Linda low
Brendan's
budget.
warrior at
Linda
the
low
top.
budget. It's
I
still
think
Linda low budget. Let's get real here. Okay, go ahead, honey. I'm
um
sorry.
No, you're fine. I've been supporting. Basically, I since 2015, December 18th, when Making a Murder came out, is when I've been supporting Brendan. I guess I didn't write to him though until like um, what was it, February. I got a reply back. I still have my first letter from Brendan actually.
So you didn't
Um,
just like join a Facebook group or nothing. You watched the show and you
no,
just decided to write directly to Brendan, right?
I had a friend. What was my I had a friend who basically worked with me, and I can't find it right now. I was gonna pull out the first letter. um, I had a friend who basically she worked with me, and she was like, "Let's write to him," and I was like, "No," because I'm sure he gets tons of letters, and I'm sure he doesn't. Whatever. Like I've never written to anybody in prison before, but anyway, so she's basically we both sat down at work and we both wrote a letter, and I sent mine and she never sent hers. So, but then I got a reply back. So, um, yeah, so I think I got a reply back either in February or March of 2016. And ever since then, we've exchanged tons of letters. And then
Mm-hmm.
one day he called me, and then, here I am.
Here you are all these years later and millions of pieces of paper. I mean, I would say a whole forest worth of deliveries
Yeah,
to Brendan with the
yeah.
copying you do for Be Brendan Brave. And I have to say that when I first met you, that's how I met you. I wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I met you through Be Brendan Brave, and I was like, wow, that is so I mean, I just loved the concept. And then I wrote a poem for Brendan, and you read it and said it should get sent to him. And I'm kind of glad he did, because let's just put it this way: that is gone now, because it was in Eric Cozy's
It's
Discord.
still,
So,
Brendan has it though. He has
oh
the
yeah,
poem.
that's really good. I'm glad. I'm very glad about that. But then, I mean, I didn't realize how much you really do on a daily basis. Okay, you run a Facebook group, Brendan Talks. You run a Discord. You run Brendan Talks YouTube. You write to him. You run the merch store. Okay,
Mm.
you copy everything from Brendan, Be Brendan Brave, once a week. You copy all that stuff and send it to Brendan. You send to all supporters these beautiful postcards here,
Yeah,
wristbands. You're ordering this stuff, plus you have a full-time job. Well,
right.
I
Yeah.
say bravo. Lucky you're young. I don't know what it is. What keeps you that driven?
I guess just Brendan does. I just
Nobody else,
wanted,
just Brendan.
yeah, I mean, because if it was up to me, I wouldn't, obviously, it's just, I want to make Brendan proud. I want to do stuff for Brendan.
You want to
I
make
want,
his life a
I
little
want to
better.
make it, yeah, I want to make him happy. I want to do as much as I can to make sure that he's as comfortable as he possibly is where he's at. So,
Yeah.
if whatever, even though I don't think what I do is big or monumental, but like if it
But
helps
most
just a
heroes don't.
little bit, well, in
Yeah.
reality, if it makes his day just slightly better, then I'm all for it.
Yep. Yep. I'm.
And that's why a lot of what I do isn't like I never really think that what I do is like researching or anything like that. But like if I could brighten up his day slightly, then I feel like I did a good job.
Mhm. Well, you do a lot. I mean, there's a lot of researchers, and we've been talking to them, and I'll
Yeah,
continue to talk to them. But when it comes down to supporters, I mean, we like me, I'm a supporter of supporters, and I just have to say, I mean, you have a lot of drive. There's a lot. Brendan has the best supporters. I really truly do believe
yes,
that.
he does.
He has the kindest. I mean, from the UK, Australia, Ireland, I mean, all around the world.
Yeah,
Okay. And they only want just to brighten Brendan's day,
yeah,
But some of them have really great ideas. Claire, she comes up with some ideas for the governor that I'm like, wow, where'd you think of that? you know, and it's hard to do this on a weekly basis. You do Be Brendan Brave every Saturday now. It used to be Mondays, every Saturday. So, how do you come up with these ideas? I know you get them from everybody now, but you weren't for years. So, for a couple of years. So, how do you come up with all these things? Is it through talking to Brendan? Um, is it just what you, because we all know you're a big kid at heart. You're just one big kid who refuses to grow up. And I just love that about you, you know. So
yeah,
is it part of that, or is it just talking to Brendan, because we know you email him back and forth, and does he give you
right.
ideas, or just in a conversation, read a book? I mean, where do you come up with all this stuff?
Um, some of it comes from Brendan, like as far as the themes for Be Brendan Brave, because um, when I first started Be Brendan Brave, it was supposed to be you take a picture of you wearing something like this, for Brendan.
Right.
And then after a while, I was like, okay, well, I think people are getting bored with this because there's only so many pictures you could take of you wearing the same shirt or whatever. Because a lot of people don't have a full wardrobe like you and me that has Brendan's face on it.
Yeah,
So,
that's all I wear.
so, so then I started asking him, like, what would you like to see in this? And then that's when he started giving me his ideas, like certain animes, manga, TV shows,
Mhm.
music, jokes, stuff like that. So yeah, so a lot of that Be Brendan Brave comes from just knowing him and knowing what kind of stuff he'd like to see in that. But as far as um like the postcard idea, stuff like that, I guess I just think it up and think like what's the best and cheapest way because
Yeah,
I don't
because
have a
it
lot of
costs money.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I can do, that might help a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, they're always interesting. I don't. I mean, I know sometimes you just go, some positive affirmations, but there's always something positive to say. I mean, and at first I always thought, boy, how can I say nice things to
right.
Brendan when he's there? I mean, when I just feel like, oh my gosh, you poor guy, you're there, you're wrongfully there, you grew up there. I just feel the sadness. So it's hard to push forward with the happiness. It does get to
Yeah,
me, you know what I mean? And I'm sure it gets to a lot of people, but you've been doing this for so long. And you have a personal relationship with Brendan, which is great. You know what I mean? He knows that he can talk to you, and you get confidence. He's your friend. He's not just
yeah,
somebody you support. You've grown a friendship with him. a very strong relationship with him. And I mean, there's not a lot of people out here like that. I mean, yes, he calls people and he emails people, but when it comes down to it, I know the one time I talked to him, we talked about you. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi 411. Thank you for listening. He he cannot believe how much you do. I mean, he is very thankful
Yeah.
for that, and he is
Yeah.
always so hopeful. And maybe that makes it a little easier for you too, you know.
It does when he has a good positive attitude, which helps me have a good positive attitude to give back to him that, yeah.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
definitely helps.
Yeah. And I mean, we all got everybody tweeting about Brendan, and Brendan's a big talk. Everybody's wearing Brendan's face. I mean, this took a while to get this because for a long time in this community, it was Stephen. Now, I support both, okay? But Stephen has a good lawyer, okay? And he has a ton of miraculous researchers that are working on this case for him. Brendan is in a stalemate. There's only so much you can do for Brendan because of his court appeals that have already went through. Things like that. So it took a long time to do this. I know you've been working at it. I've been working at it for 2 years, hard to get everybody to, do this. And I'm happy. I'm really happy that Brendan's getting a lot more support. I want support for everyone. Okay. But Brendan is really kind of like, he only has a few options. Okay.
Yeah.
Outside of waiting the timeout. So we're always ready to jump on anything, that can bring in some masses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these postcards to be sent around all around and, send them to the governor and it's good ideas. You know what I mean? Really good ideas. And rally, this year for rally, why don't you tell everybody what we're going to do for Brendan, just specifically for Brendan? I mean, Stephen, yes, but more for Brendan.
Yeah, we're going to be going to Calumet County, July, was it 12th? And then on July 14th, we're going to be going to Madison in front of Governor Evers' office. And I mean, both Stephen and Brendan obviously are, supporters come together, but these two specific rallies that, me and you are planning for Brendan, on Brendan's behalf. So Calumet County in front of Wiegert's office, Mark Wiegert.
Jinx is the one that suggested that one.
Yeah, she's big on calling out Wiegert. He's the one that sat there in the interview room and helped coerce him and touched his knee and touched,
he's the sheriff.
Yeah, now he's the sheriff of Calumet County. So,
voting year.
Yep, it's voting year, and we did that last year and it turned out really well. Linda was very proud of the fact that they locked the courtroom doors on us.
Yep. They were scared of us.
When we showed up, we weren't. Yeah. So we're definitely going to be doing that. And then Madison for me is where my heart is, to go in front of the governor of Wisconsin and basically remind him that we are here for Brendan and we're not going anywhere.
Right.
That's kind of also what the postcards are about too. It's just more of a reminder that we're here and we're here for Brendan and we're not going anywhere.
Right. Well, let's put a call out now to anybody in that area that will be down there in July. What days? July
12th in Calumet County and July 14th in Madison.
Okay. All out in Wisconsin, Illinois, whoever's close, travel in. The more numbers we have there, the better, the stronger the voices, and the more attention. So, hey, if you got nothing to do for a while, come on down and scream for Brendan's freedom. Everybody's welcome. We'll have banners, signs, whatever. But the more people we can get, we'd really like to rally in numbers. If we could get, we only had a short amount of people. Small things come, dynamite comes in small packages, but a big old tub of dynamite would do some good. You know what I mean?
We had we had like what 6 or 7 people in Calumet, and then we had what was it, like 5 people
in
in
Madison.
Madison. But I felt like that was such a successful. Those were successful rallies. It's not
Mhm.
about I want a lot of people there, obviously, because there is power in numbers, but we're still there and we're still standing there, and that's what's important. So
And Brendan's only legal way we know of right now, unless lawyers do something with the 976.3 or 02 or whatever it is. I can never remember the whole thing.
yeah,
But if we can get Ever's attention, which we've been trying through emails, we have a ton of people who email him daily on a daily basis, who tag him in anything that he puts out. Doesn't matter if it has anything to do with justice, we tag him in it and we remind him that Brendan is still locked up. We got Jerry Buting who's sending in, letters. I think maybe we should start sending in some of those omnibus letters back to him, copying them and
yeah,
sending them off. Do you remember this? Do you remember that? I think that's a good idea. I mean, we need to have more numbers. If he can see a bunch of people with a sign saying free Brendan Dassey, you know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff that happens, it's just going to be much better. So it's better with numbers. There's power in numbers, and we have stronger voices. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
we'll try to get that up there. We'll keep advertising for that, Becca, so we can get people into Madison and do that. I mean, there's a lot of causes, but this is one where we started. So, I mean, I'm trying to venture off into a whole bunch of other things, but Brendan and Stephen will always be my first.
Mm-hmm.
Being here doing this for 5 years is almost 5 years now. Yeah. Doing this for 5 years is a long time. Just like you, one
Yeah.
thing, supporting Brendan. When you first started out, were you like the lone wolf? Were you kind of just doing these things you didn't know if there was a group of people, or did you seek out other people like that?
I started out with a group of people who did things similar to what I do. Um, so no, I always had some sort of group of people that had the same like-mindedness, and yeah.
Yeah. So you always
So
kind of, you found the groups right away.
so like the Facebook groups, I didn't even know Facebook groups existed until this case, and somebody, I think it was the same person actually, my friend who was also my coworker. Oh, excuse me. She's the one that added me to the family group. They call it the family group, the Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey official family group.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in that group for a long time, and but yeah, as far as there was a group of people that I hung out with online that also
And now
were
you have a
what
lot more, don't you?
yeah.
And
Now
you
I have
TikTok.
a
You TikTok. Okay, so you do TikTok for Brendan too, besides
yes I
your
do,
own little
yeah.
fun things. Yeah, I like TikTok, but we all know I've proven myself there.
Yeah,
I look at it, and 3 hours later, I'm going, I'm still looking at this stuff. I'm not doing anything productive. So TikTok is an addiction. I have to like
yeah,
walk away, put it out down and walk away.
yeah.
Not do it.
Yeah, the TikTok is actually doing really well. I'm almost to 1,000 subs on it, and once I get 1,000, I can actually go live. So I was actually considering doing that on the TikTok thing.
They're different sets of people, like your Twitter, your Facebook, your YouTube, and then your TikTok. You're reaching a lot of, it's not all the same people. So you're
Right,
reaching a
yeah.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, the TikTok people are complete. They're people I've never, because like I know Twitter people and I know Facebook people, but yeah, the TikTok people are completely different.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool that every time I log on and I put excuse me, post a little video, there's like a whole group of new people who are like just now finding out about Brendan's story and asking questions, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. That's what I was just going to say. There's a lot of cases, like a lot of my new subs and my new moderators are from the other side of YouTube, not the
Yeah.
making a murder. So maybe they can use some of what you do in what they do, like trying to get the word out about missing kids, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of cases that do not get seen. And I know Mountain Girl 212 is very, very on that. She will bring up cases that nobody's even heard of. But is there something in like searching in your social media or to way to get out? Because your things stick out. Um, the way
Um.
you put your tweets and other things, I mean, where you could get more
Sorry.
attention without a lot of work, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Just to answer a question in the chat, the TikTok is innocent Brendan Dassey
Innocent
is
Brendan Dassey. Yep.
is the TikTok account, and I don't really know. Um, some things just work out, some things don't. Like I mean, I grew up with the internet, so I guess I kind of like have somewhat of a understanding of what could be popular and what cannot be. But yeah,
Well, I
I
mean,
don't.
like, do you think that Twitter's a good way, or do you think TikTok's a good way? I mean, because if you can do a 3-minute video and you're getting a million views on that, that's a lot of people watching. Where YouTube, you're not going to get, you'll get a couple thousand. I don't get a couple thousand, but some people do, you know.
I, I I think it's whatever you think you're good at. If you're good at the Twitter, then yeah. I'm
Welcome, Diana.
actually. I mean, I have the YouTube account, Brendan Talks, but I think TikTok is more successful for me. But that's because I understand TikTok better than I understand YouTube. So
Yeah.
I
So, I
mean,
mean, if you want to get the word out, something out, you would suggest TikTok,
yeah,
especially if you're just doing this and you want, I mean, because I know it's hard on YouTube to get people to look at certain things unless it's this big conspiracy thing, or you know how it runs. You get it in this case just like you do every other case, you know, probably not as bad as the Summer Wells case,
yeah,
unfortunately, because that's a 5-year-old child whose case has been completely social medialized circus. Okay. But
hmm,
I mean, to get facts out, and a lot of people don't want facts, they want conspiracy. So I'm talking facts. To get facts
right,
out, you can use Twitter. I know Nosy uses Twitter, and she uses TikTok too. She gets a lot
yeah,
more views on TikTok than she does Twitter. Okay, so, and you do too, right? You get more views, more people see it, and it's a different type, because people are in for the quick thing. Do they
right.
share your stuff too?
TikTok is a little different. You can share videos and stuff, but it's based on the algorithm of what your interests are.
Hmm.
So if you already watch certain kinds of videos, then and my videos that I make go along with your algorithm, then it'll pop up.
Hmm.
So I mean, it's a little bit different format than Twitter, for instance, where you reblog or you retweet something.
Hmm.
Like I share TikTok videos with you guys all the time. You see it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you can do it that way, but then a lot of times it is based mostly in on the app where it's just mostly just scrolling. So,
Right. Right. Well,
but it does reach a lot of people because people, especially people who are my age and younger, like to sit there and just scroll.
right. Right. And if
So
you're doing a quick message, like, you want to get this kid's information out there, boom, put it
right.
out there. It's going to get there. It's going to hit the masses, you
Like
know?
for instance, I did a TikTok video the other like 2 days ago, and already it almost has 1,000 people who watched it.
Wow, that's good because I
Yeah,
don't even get 1,000 on these. You know what I
yeah. So
mean?
like
And
that's
these are
what,
a lot
yeah,
more work than that. Not that this is a
right.
lot of work, but it's a lot
Well, no,
more work.
it is work, but it's a different kind of work.
Right.
And to me, it doesn't feel like work because I'm so used to the app that it feels like I'm just like messing around with it.
Yeah, and you have fun, but you're putting out
Yeah.
factual information. So yeah, that's good.
Yep.
And you can interact with your people through questions or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know how you guys do it. I know I've seen some stuff and I'm like, wow, how'd she do that? Oh, beep,
Mhm.
beep. all this timing and music and stuff, which is really cool. You get,
Yeah.
so it's fun to look at, and you're getting out information. So, hey guys, try TikTok if you haven't done it before. I can't, it's forbidden for me. I got to
Yeah.
stay away from
Well,
TikTok.
it's where
Not
all
do
the
it.
cool kids are. So I
That's all where all the
definitely,
cool kids are. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, okay, you do work a full-time job, you work nights. So during
Yes,
the
I do.
day, you're doing Brendan. You get home from work, you do Brendan. You go to work, you do Brendan.
Yeah.
You get home, you do Brendan. You wake up, you do Brendan. And you have a social life. And you
No.
paint. You're a great artist. You're an
Don't-
artist. You have an Etsy store. So,
yeah.
and you're the same age as Brendan.
About, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's amazing to me. You are an inspiration for a lot of supporters. I do want you to know that, and we do
No, thank you.
appreciate everything that you do for Brendan. If anybody needs to know anything about Brendan, all you have to do is ask Becca. She can tell you everything, or go to her YouTube channel, which everything should be linked down. TikTok, her YouTube, the Twitter, all that stuff. Brendan merch, which she does. This stuff here, and all this stuff goes to all the proceeds go to directly to Brendan, so that helps Brendan. So you're a very selfless supporter. That's really great. You don't get nothing but what you just feel good for helping Brendan, which is a good
Yeah,
feeling.
like I say this all the time, and I really mean it. As long as Brendan's happy with what I'm doing, I'm happy with it.
Yep. And that's another thing, you guys. She does ask Brendan about content for the channel, content for what she's doing, for the merch. She always gets an okay before she does anything. Okay. So you can guarantee that Brendan knows what she's doing. So, because a lot of people will question you, like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
no, it's
Brendan
fine.
didn't do that.
I welcome anybody who has questions or needs verification on something. Like I have absolutely nothing to hide on what I do. Like even with the merch store,
That's right.
100% of the proceeds go to Brendan, and I make sure I have documented proof that everything I do goes to Brendan. So I mean,
Yeah. There's
I
no
you,
questions there. You're very transparent, and you are very respectful. So honestly, I'm really glad that it fell on today to be able to support women who are a great supporter, because as far as what I believe, and a lot of other people that are in our chat that you see on a daily, and in your social media links throughout the throughout this whole thing, they know that you are the number one supporter as far as I'm concerned. Don't anybody I know do any more than you do for Brendan. You
well,
you painstakingly copy every single thing a person does for Brendan off of your Facebook, off of
yeah,
Discord, or they email you. And then you make sure that that is in an envelope and it gets to Brendan once a week. Besides writing him letters, besides writing to supporters for their
yeah,
questions or their bracelets, which, by the way, she has bracelets, she has bumper stickers, and she has postcards like this.
yeah.
Okay. So she has a lot of Brendan stuff going on. So her email is in the description. Please contact her. I'm giving you more to do. I just
It's all
realized
good.
that.
I have so many, and that's the thing is, I have so many bumper stickers and bracelets I'd love to give to people. They are $3.50 each, and $3 of it goes to Brendan, and 50 cents goes to shipping. But I mean, I'd love to get rid of them all. So,
Yeah.
and
More people wearing these. That means the more that's out there.
and the postcards are free.
Yep.
That's just an initiative I want. My vision is having everyone around the world send one of those green postcards to Governor Evers, and having like his desk just like stacked with these postcards. So
Mhm.
far I got 250, and everyone took 250 of them. So
and
other than
we're
the ones
sending them
on,
around the
other than the
world.
one that's on your lampshade.
Yep, this one's from you. You sent to me.
Yeah.
And this one here is going to Canada. It's going to Canada. So they can send it. I'm sending them a spare one and they can send it to Governor Evers.
I was going to send them a couple too.
Yeah. Well, that's
I was
for
going to send
Papa
them a couple
share.
too.
But yeah, you can hit Mark and share.
Yeah, no, but that's what, yeah, there's a bunch of people. I have a whole address full of people that
Yep.
that are randomly getting these postcards that with a
She
little
sends
note
them
saying,
right here. I got it. Right here.
Yep. That I'm randomly sending postcards to with a little note that says, just send this to Governor Evers.
Right.
So,
right.
But yeah, if anybody wants one, please, I have another 500 coming to me soon. So if anybody wants
to know
one.
how you get how you get more than 24 hours a day. That's something I want to know.
I really don't sleep a lot. And Jen said Becca never sleeps, and that's kind of the truth. It's, to be real honest with you, without getting all sad, it's really hard for me to sleep in general, knowing that Brendan's where he's at. The fact that he sleeps in a cell every night, on his uncomfortable bed, away from his family, really actually upsets me a lot. So I don't usually sleep very well. Sorry, my dad's dog is.
Dieter, that's okay. I'll say hi to everybody that's been coming in because I have been ignoring them and a lot of them are new. Diane Weingate, thank you very much for coming to my channel. Let me see. I'll start at the beginning. We have Dark Side. We have Alice Crockett Thompson left. See, O'Brien. Love you, girl. You're one of the great supporters. Jenny from Sweden. 411 now. Nice to see you. Carrie Ann, Donna, Dark Side of the Moon, Frankie, buddy, Alice, Nosy, Jeff Jones, Donna UK. That's who that is. Cotton Candy Boobs. Let me see who else do we got here. Mountain Girl, Jax, Chatty Jen, thank you for being here. Angie, thank you for being here. Mystical Jinx, thank you. Nosy, I said already. Squids, Disco Pervert, Tammy Barnes. Oh, what a sweetheart. Nice to see you. Let me see. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Miss Malo. I'm really bad at names. Heather. And I think that's it. I said Alice, didn't I? Okay. All right. If I missed you, didn't mean to. Hello to everybody. Great to see you all here. Thank you so very much for coming in. Let me brag about Becca. Because that's basically all today is just to let Becca know that we appreciate what she does for Brendan. And as far as I'm concerned, nobody does it better. I knew when I wanted to get Brendan more attention, and it was my idea for a YouTube, but it was Becca who runs it. Becca does it all on her own. It's her channel. If I could put it in her name, I would, but YouTube will not let me. But I have no say in it. It is Becca's channel. She runs it, just like the Discord she runs. I help her with it, but that's about it. And I'm probably just a body and a name because she does everything herself.
It was one of the hardest questions you asked me is how do I get my ideas, because it's really hard for me to think back. Because I honestly, it was me just sitting there. But ever since I teamed up with Linda, she's actually helped me out a lot as far as not with the Be Brendan Brave ideas, but with things like the merchandise. Like this is a shirt that she basically, those kinds of things. Like Linda's a really awesome partner to have. So thank you, Linda.
Becca. Well, I couldn't think of a better one, I'll tell you that. I would have probably never spoke to Brendan ever in my life if it wasn't for you and his dad, who I've met, is great, So yeah. That's another thing. It's just, it's once you get past the part of, this poor guy is sitting in prison, which you never get past. You know it's there,
Yeah,
but you
that's
realize that he's a human being. And hi, Rosie. And you realize he's a human being, and you just want his time to be there because you can't do anything legally. You just want him to be okay.
well, that's yeah.
It's a lot easier too. It's kind of like because he appreciates every single one of uh, his supporters
You
in
know, that's
everything they do.
you called me his number one supporter, and I honestly have to say, Brendan's number one supporter, one, is his mom,
He's his mom. Yeah.
and two, he loves and appreciates every single supporter, no matter what they do, big or small. I am
Right.
just one of many supporters
Right.
that Brendan loves and appreciates, and
Oh, I'm not trying to. I'm not
no,
trying to
no, I
lower
know. I'm just
anybody out
saying.
here, but the
I just
person
want to
that does
say,
something 24/7 on a daily and does as much as you do, I don't know anybody out there that does. I really don't. There's people that tweet every day. Yes, there is, and that's what they do, and they do it very well. And thank you for that. There are people that write to the governor every day, but you do everything every day. You tweet, you write to the governor,
okay,
you think of things to do, you're constantly doing something every day in all of them areas. Okay. And I don't know
yeah,
anybody that does that. And it takes a lot of a person to do that. A person that is very selfless, and it takes, like I've always said, I think every supporter is a very special person, because you have to have a special kind of heart to do this, because it is painful, it is frustrating, it is like being in a dark cave and you can't see a light sometimes, but all of us together make a difference for this person. That's what's important. It really does. The more people that are in your corner when you are behind bars and don't have a voice, it makes you feel like, hey, I can go on, I can fight this, I can do this, there's other people
yeah.
that believe in me. Some people might not, might be able to do that completely on their own. I could never do that. Like, if somebody didn't believe in me on the outside, I would just be like, oh, I'll just sit here. What for?
Unfortunately, I guess that's kind of what Brendan was doing for a long time. There was nothing really. He didn't have anybody other than his mom
Yeah.
and family. Honestly,
Yeah. And now he's got people
now
all
he's
around the
got
world.
thousands of people all around the world. Yeah, he's got a whole army.
Yep, and that's great. And I appreciate every single one of you, like Becca does too. I got to tell you, from both of our points of view, every single one of you matter, and what you do is very important, and please keep doing it. And if you have any ideas for Becca, just
Oh
hit her
yeah.
up.
A lot of people. I say this a lot. If you have an idea that you think that might work, or a supporter idea or campaign idea or anything like that, let me know and we'll see what we can do to make it go. Somebody came to me, what was it, 6 months ago, because they wanted to send Governor Evers a pen, right? So because all it
Yeah.
takes is a pen, and we made it work, and we got a couple hundred people sending Governor Evers a pen in the mail for, so he can sign
Nude
Brendan's name.
campaign. Nosy, get out of here.
Hey,
Thank you,
Nosy
Rosie.
actually has a point with the nude campaign.
What is
You
the
should
nude
hear her
campaign? A
out. You
blank
should hear
piece of
her out.
paper? Well, well,
No,
I
I
guess we'll
mean
have to.
it garners attention. You should hear her out on it. That's actually, yeah.
Donna says you go first.
But yeah, no, yeah, I'm always for whatever ideas people have, and if it's something we can work on, then
Yeah.
we'll make it work.
Because
That's my
everybody,
motto, is no worries, and we'll make it work.
yeah, that's so sad. I'm sure everyone that's ever heard the entire story all know he's innocent. Hope he gets out somehow very soon. Have you tried writing to the current president? Well, the president can't do anything because it's a state case. If it was a federal case, then the president would have something to do with it. But because it's a state case, they won't do anything with it. Because when this first happened, they had a petition like crazy. I mean, it went ballistic, like what you call viral, right away, and the president couldn't do nothing about it. So,
Right.
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea to write anybody and anybody that you
Mhm.
think that might help. Um, it's just the
Public
president.
figures are great.
Yeah, the president himself can't do something, but that doesn't mean you can't
Right,
write to him and ask for him to contact Governor Evers and talk to him about Brendan Dassey.
right.
It's the same thing with the state senators, even your own state senator. You know, they may not be able to do anything, but they definitely can contact Governor Evers. And,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It's
I,
like connecting dots to get more people to see this, that consider it wrong and unjust and want to get them out, So,
yeah, the presidential pardons only work on federal crimes, and Brendan and Stephen are state level crimes.
no, not anyone's crime, only federal crimes.
Yeah.
Executive orders are different, I think, but I still don't think they're allowed to do any state interject on any state convictions, which is really sad. I mean, our justice system is just plain screwed. Okay. I mean, it is. It needs completely redoing. I mean, Brendan is a teacher for what not to do in false confessions. He's taught a lot. He's making change. Brendan is making change. He's stopped some states from having the police lie to them. They cannot no longer lie to a juvenile, or, them are great things, but we need him out here. If he can do that for the world, then the world needs to get him out. You know, if he's a great teacher, he needs to be out teaching. Can you imagine him on a speaking tour? What he could do? I mean, honestly, because believe me,
He's
Brendan is very smart, and I'd love to read his book if he could read, if he'd write one. I really would.
Brendan is such a bright light in this world
Hmm.
that even where he's at, he's doing stuff right where he's at,
Yep.
as far as like with changing laws and all that. Once he gets out, he truly will be an amazing citizen.
Yeah. Yep. That is so very true. Very, very true. Well, hello, Cheshire Cat. Welcome.
Oh, is that Cheshire cat you're telling me about?
Yeah, the one that left me a very nice compliment. Who's for the people and subs matter? Yes, everybody does matter. The truth matters. The subs matter. Supporters matter. Researchers. Everybody does. If you're putting out factual information and less opinion and more facts, that's what we need. Truth. So that's what we're about around here, right? And Becca just happens to be Brendan Dassey's, as far as I'm concerned, my partner and Brendan Dassey's number one supporter. But anyway, Becca, I will let you get going because it's been about 45 minutes and I
Thank
don't
you.
really want to keep you that long, but I'm so glad that you spent some time here and told us how you do the impossible, you know. So everybody, please check out Brendan Talks. That's Brendan Dassey's YouTube channel that Becca runs. She has all the information should be listed in the description below. Please email her with ideas, get some postcards, get the governor's address, and meet us in Madison in July. And anything else you'd like to say?
Just every Friday we have Positively Brendan Friday, which me, Linda K, and Brendan Dassey's father, Pete Dassey, we go on every Friday and have a Positively Brendan, when we talk about positive things that are going on for Brendan, and Pete gives us a little update. And then recently Sunday mornings, we've been doing a breakdown of the interview. I want to call it interrogation of Michael O'Kelly,
Yeah.
and a special investigator who was hired by the defense
Thank
of
you, O
Brendan.
Dog, for that FOIA. very much.
Yeah, so we've been breaking that down. And after we're done breaking that down, we're going to go into Brendan's post-conviction stuff with involving O'Kelly. My goal is to basically put out this information and break it down easier for people. So that way, my thing is that while it's sad and hard to watch, if people can understand exactly what happened, what went wrong, then we can help better. We can better help Brendan, but also we can help prevent this from happening to another child.
That's right.
Because that's the one thing that Brendan's very proud about, actually, with his story and his name. And his main goal, not only is freedom, but is to protect other children from this happening too. From
false confessions happening to them or anybody else, because it can happen to a child, which is, to me, child abuse, and to an adult that says I can't help it but think of Jason Strong. I'm so sorry. Here's a full grown up man said he would never do that, and he admitted to a murder that he did not do. So it can happen to anybody.
I say this a lot, and Brendan is certainly not the first, and unless something happens to stop this problem, he will not be the last.
Right.
And my goal is to not only free Brendan, but also, along with his goal, is to stop this from ever happening to another kid.
Juvenile interrogations need to be completely redone. Parent, lawyer, you cannot lie. The Reed technique.
Lawyer.
Bye-bye, Reed technique. There's a lot of, and I'm sorry, but the police officers do feel that they've done nothing wrong because it was in their legal right to do what they did.
What happened to Brendan was extremely legal, but completely unethical and disgusting. But it was legal.
So the cops do sleep well in their bed at night because they did the law.
Yep.
Now, if they go to their moral compass, they'll find it's missing. But anyway, okay, Becca, thank you so much. You have a great day. Everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you so very much, everybody, for being here and for listening to Becca. And please get a hold of her and support Brendan. And on Thursday, I'm going to have Small Town Girl New York, and she's going to tell us about a missing person that she knows personally, and she's going to discuss the case with us. So remember, you're all worth something. You're all very valuable, and without all of you, we are nothing. So everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
If you have desires, a girl in your life is making you feel that fire. Go fight for her man, go die for her man. Cause you only have one life, one chance to do it. One chance to prove it to yourself, so don't lose it. You got this, fam, just keep pushing on through it. One day you'll look back so glad you pursued it. Yeah, things are gonna get better real soon. Yeah, I'ma just do me, you just do you. I swear it's gonna get better real soon. Don't let anyone tell you what you should do. I got a clear view.